Hi, I'm Towns Kayla Palucci, teacher at the Kilo School of Highland Dance.
Hi, I'm Megan Minier, and I've been a Highland dancer for almost 16 years now.
My name is Caroline Stout, and I've been involved with Highland dancing for 18 years.
Hey, I am Ross Palucci, and I have been dancing for 16 years now.
Hello, my name is Kaylee Santamaria, and I've been dancing about 17 years.
What has been the hardest thing in teaching in quarantine? I believe teaching in quarantine, the most difficult thing about teaching in quarantine is keeping a connection with your students over a video screen, over a Zoom call, over a FaceTime, over a Skype, any of those above. You don't quite have the same connection, and I kind of feel that I don't have the same fear factor on screen as I do in person. So that's one of those things that makes it very difficult. As a teacher, and you've got all this one-on-one time with your kids, and lots of times you're like a second parent to them, and you've got those times where you just can't be all that you're used to being. And this kind of connection doesn't come through on a TV screen, on a camera. It's more difficult. It's just, you miss those interactions. You miss those personal times. You miss, getting to give a high five. You miss getting a wink after they do something really well. It just doesn't quite come through the same way on a screen. I feel like I'm a pretty hands-on teacher. So for me, I miss that personal connection.
One of the biggest challenges being in quarantine, space. Space is a big challenge because I'm living in a dorm per se this year, and there's no wood floors here. I could kind of get away with it my freshman year, and I had an apartment my sophomore year. But there's only cement here, and as dancers, you can't dance on cement because you'll develop shin splints because there's no absorption. You have to have hardwood floor. I have a 5x5 wooden platform, and enough room to put my dance bar in here. So it's tight.
What have been some challenges in quarantine are, one of the main things is finding the space. I have all the time I need, but it's the space. I keep kicking something, the TV, the couch. It's all been a little adjustment, and we've all kind of gotten around it, and it's just been an interesting time to say the least.
I would say the biggest challenge as far as dancing goes in quarantine would be motivation for me. Oftentimes during normal dance season, I will kind of put in my head either a competition or a show that we have, and I'm like, okay, I have to get this and this and this and this fixed before this happens. And being in quarantine and having all of the competitions for the rest of 2020 canceled, and most of them in the beginning of 2021 being canceled, is really difficult. You just kind of think, what's the point? What am I actually working towards? Is anything gonna come out of this? And we don't really know. No one knows. But I think that the benefit that comes out of it too is that you really find out why you're dancing. If you're just dancing for competitions, if you're just dancing to get your name as first place in Fling Sword Chartreuse Reel at a competition, then you're not dancing for the right reasons. And I think that being in COVID and being quarantined and not having any competitions is really showing you that all of the dancers that are still dancing are here because they love it. They're not dancing because they want to be the best of the best, which they might be. And maybe that is a reason why they're still dancing, but they also love it because maybe this is just me, but I would not keep doing something that I don't love just to be the best at it when you don't even know what's right around the corner as far as competitions go. And I know that I have really found out why I've kept dancing. Being in college, it's definitely hard to balance and to juggle everything, but I could not imagine not having Highland dancing in my life.
Let's see, what's been the best thing that has come out of quarantine? I think for me and my dancers, what they've realized is that they love Highland dancing. They love it whether they get to go to competitions and workshops or not. I had 3 girls who were planning on doing both the Virginia International Tattoo and the Edinburgh Tattoo. And yes, it was disappointment that those were both canceled. Heck, I was supposed to go to both and I was disappointed that I had to cancel my Scotland trip. But what are you going to do? What does this teach our students? It teaches them perseverance, and it teaches them that not everything goes according to plan. Highland dancing is it's a tough sport as far as the mental aspects of it. So if you can learn how to roll with the disappointments that some of these students have been given with the cancellations of their favorite events, it really does help with how you look forward to the ones that you're going to get to do. It's going to happen again. You're going to have this opportunity again. And maybe you might really, really embrace it then. You will go full tilt, immerse yourself in the experience because you're realizing that this is something that you really, really want a part of. So I think that's going to be one of the positive things coming out of quarantine is that people will really embrace everyone that they love and the things that they love to do. Things that we've been taking for granted, like just going to a small competition is no longer taking for granted.
What do you miss most about dancing competitions? I miss seeing everyone, and I miss a lot just finishing the competition, knowing that you've done your best, you put forth your best effort, you're done. Before the awards, and you finally get to walk around the games and listen to the, pipe bands and just kind of take it all in and laugh, and because you're done, and get like lemonade and go look at all this little trinket shops and just have this ambiance. It's such like a distinct ambiance that I really miss. So like sometimes I like listen to pipe band music from like the Worlds because I miss getting out on that field and like hearing the pipers in the background warming up and just that like excitement of everything. I do really miss that.
I think what I miss most about dancing is just getting to see each other in person and getting to have those little talks when you're putting on your shoes or when you're stretching or warming up or when you're helping work on perfecting a move. I think being in person, you just can't recreate that on Zoom or on a video call. And I think that, I think we're all doing a great job under the circumstances, and I think that we're really rising to the challenge of working to build that community despite all of these challenges. But I just miss being in person and having all those things. And another thing that I think that I miss is having the feeling of working towards something specific, working on something for a competition, and then going to that competition and then just being really proud of the work that you've put out and, feeling exhausted but exhilarated after a hard day's work of something that you're so passionate about. And, dance is an expression of joy. And I think that sometimes when we're in the midst of a big competition season or there's a lot of stress on us, we can lose that sense of joy. And I think that is one of the benefits of being in quarantine is right now it's about dancing for joy. It's dancing because it makes us happy, which I think I know that I needed to have kind of a chance to recapture that. And that's been kind of an unexpected blessing of having to dance like this.
saw the sun begin to dim and felt that winter wind blow cold.
Hi, Megan here. So today what I'm working on in my dance practice is some choreography, and so I'm actually going to be going over some of the Greatest Showman choreography that we learned from a Flings and Things class. And it's really kind of special to me because at the tattoo this summer, which was a very life-changing experience for me, it was one of the most special moments in my dance career, being able to perform on that Esplanade. But it's really special because during the tattoo we were able to perform some of the songs to The Greatest Show, because the kind of play was like, oh, well, the tattoo is the greatest show. So it's been fun kind of being able to piggyback on that and take the themes of that in the song From Now On, which is also from The Greatest Showman. The song itself is kind of about, you know, looking at what's really important, and from now on we're gonna move forward with this light and lightness and joy. So it's been really cool. It just connects you back to the tattoo a little bit.
Drink champagne with kings and queens. The politicians praise my name, but those are someone else's dreams. The pitfalls of the man I became. For years and years I chased their cheers at the crazy speed of always needing more. But when I stop and see you here, I remember who all this was for. From now on, these eyes will not be blinded by the lights. And from now on, what's waiting till tomorrow starts tonight. It starts tonight. And let this promise in me start like an anthem in my heart. From now on, from now on, from now on, and we will come back home.
What do I miss most about dancing? I guess missing the competitions, that feeling of excitement and the flutters in your stomach when you get to go on stage and perform. I miss that bit. It's really fun, and seeing everybody especially, and hopefully we get to return to that soon.
From now on, these eyes will not be blinded by